One of the things I like to do on my Frontiers and Xterras are the hood struts. I don't like working on it with the rod in the way, so I ordered these. It comes with a bag of brackets and some struts. Go on each of the hinges, and we'll get that installed. The kit I bought and have bought in the past doesn't come with instructions, but it's kind of self-explanatory. This bracket here goes onto the hinge there. You take the nuts off of the hood, put that on, put them back, and then the front, you take this bolt out, and this bracket goes here, and then the strut, of course, goes between the two. But they also send this. I don't know what this is for, and I have not figured out what this could possibly be for. I don't know. I didn't use it on the last install, and I probably won't use it this time until I figure it out. It's a real nice kit. It opens the hood a little bit more than it normally goes, and then now you can just take your prop rod out and take your clip out, your hold down clip. I'll probably just end up breaking it out to get it out of there, but maybe I'll get a screwdriver and try to pry it out. Well, it's out. I don't know where it went, but it's out. The bracket in the bottom has a bend in the right place to get over this hump on the fender. I'm assuming this unit probably is used on other vehicles as well, because my spacing here on the outer edge is perfect, but on the inside looks like maybe there's a little slant. Probably used on other vehicles. The top is just right. You do have to bend this out just a little bit, just a couple degrees to get it to go up in there. Not hard at all. Strut, they go right on there. But what are these for? Square hole on one side and a round hole on the other. Little zigzag. I don't see where they could go and why, because this works perfect. One of the things I like about this kit is when you open the hood, you let go and it just keeps going and goes all the way up. And when you shut it, they just fit right in there, like it's meant to be. So I was under the hood cleaning the engine. I sprayed some cleaner on it. I like a good dark black, not shiny, but just a dark, rich black plastic under my hood. And most of you might have seen in the video earlier that the hood prop clip actually just fell right here. One thing I did forget to mention, I got a new windshield today. All right, let's move on to the next thing. We're gonna swap this entire arm out. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can in the camera or not, but it starts to look like fiberglass that's falling apart, which I don't believe it is, it's just plastic, but you can see it's kind of just coming apart. And all you do is take that off and put the new one on, and we'll be good to go with this. Got the old one off. While it's off, we're gonna clean it. All right, that's done, looks brand new. And I take this old one here and just throw it away. All right, let's tackle something on the interior. I got a new shifter handle, nice and new, and chrome looks good, and the old one, it's just got that stuff all over it. And I think maybe, I talked to my dad last night about it. He thinks maybe there was a battery kept in the vehicle when it was at the tow yard, and just all the acid got to everything, and he might be right. Because on the floor, right here by the door that didn't work, look at this carpet. It is eaten up. It is like not even carpet anymore. It's just the rubber mat under the carpet. And maybe there was a battery right here that exploded or leaked. And that's why, like, look at this. Look at the rust on the seat track. Just everything is so rusty. Seat belt buckle right here. It was worse than this. I scrubbed it down to get it to work. The one back here, bad. The other side is not as bad. The door handles were pitted. This one's not. This one's brand new. I'll be changing all of them. So yeah, he thinks maybe a battery was left in here for that year sitting in the tow yard, and just the heat and everything, the chemical reaction just messed everything up. So I'm gonna just change this shifter knob with a new one. There's no way I'll be cleaning that. I have a new steering wheel logo coming in to change. The only thing I won't be able to change are these climate control rings. I'll probably just sand those down where there's not even chrome. I can get a whole new panel for about 150 bucks, and it'll have good chrome on it there and here, but I'm just not into spending that much for something that won't really matter. I'll just sand those down. But let's get this changed. All right, all we need to do is just grab it, pull this down, just like that. Then there's a clip in here. Take that clip out. Just like that. Have it here. And that just comes right off. Take the clip out of the new one if you have one, which I do. So we're going to take this clip out, put that on, put the clip back in, push it in, then pull that up. Huh, my overdrive switch is not working. Honestly, I don't know if it worked before. Maybe I'll try to put the old one back in and see if the overdrive switch did anything. But it is not doing anything right now. I put the old one back in, and the overdrive switch is turning overdrive off. I'll take this one off again, change it again, and see if the other one turns it off.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell to let you know when new videos are live.
Huh. This one doesn't work. I'll take it apart, see if I can fix it. We are working. Overdrive button was actually bad. I just popped the one out of the old one, put it into the new shifter, and it works now. I think the steering wheel badge may have come in today. Let me go check the mail. We'll probably change that too. We did get the new emblem in. Looks a lot better. Let's put that in the sun. Looks a lot better than this old crusty thing. I don't know how good you can see that here. This is in the sun. You can kind of see that. It's just, it doesn't even come off. It's in there. So we're gonna pull this one off. All right, the old one is off, most of it. Maybe I should have did a little research. Had to break it off, multiple pieces, and it was on there in a way that the new one does not go. This did say a Nissan steering wheel logo, did not say Xterra. It is a little smaller. When I put it in place, some of the holes still show, one up here and one down here. Is it better than it was? Yes. Can I deal with it? Probably. I'll epoxy it or glue it in place or something, and when the airbag goes off, it'll probably stick me right in the throat, maybe. I don't know. But I'll clean this whole thing up. It'll look better. I'll deal with it. Maybe I'll look for another whole airbag unit and see what that cost. But was this worth it? For me it was. I'll make it work. That is glued and taped into place. I just used a little Gorilla super glue gel, just a couple dabs on the Nissan part, and put it on there. I'll probably end up looking for a whole new steering wheel. This one's kind of crappy. I know I can get a cover for about 50 bucks that you put over this and then sew it on. Looks really nice. All right, let's move on to the next thing. I wanted to get that door panel back on, and I needed to put the speaker in to do it. So I did that. I cleaned everything up, got the panel back on. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one today. Change the door handle while the door panel is off. Put in the new speakers. For the rear, I got some Kicker CSC 65s, 6.5 inch. Not going to be using the grills. You can't see them anyway. So we're going to get that put in, get that door handle changed, and put it all back together. These rear door panels are really easy to take off. There's a bolt here and here and here. Those plastic panels just come off. These are a little bit tricky because they kind of get tight around that handle. But once they're off, you kind of just grab it and pull it. There you go. And of course we have the Dawn Power Wash and a brush on a drill. I'm cleaning every part of this Xterra as we take it off and put it back together. This old crusty door handle has got to go. It's just one bolt here. Take the cables off, put it on the new handle, put that one bolt right back in, and you've got brand new handles. All right, door handle is changed already. While the door panels are off, I'm spraying some PB Blaster penetrating lithium grease on the track for the window, the motor, the cable for it, the door latch. Just going to lubricate everything that I can. Also, behind every speaker on the door, I will be putting a piece of sound deadening material just stuck right to the panel itself. It'll stop some of that tinny sound. All right, it's in there. Let's see if we can tell the difference. Maybe not, but in my head it'll work. Now I usually just make my own, oh, you can see I started bleeding, that's normal. I usually make my own mounting brackets for the speakers. This time I bought some plastic rings that go here, and then the speaker mounts to that. And I usually cut the plug and just splice in my own wires, but I bought the plug adapters that go with it. Getting lazy in my old age. Another thing I'm doing that probably doesn't help anything is putting a bead of silicone where the mount meets the metal. Again, probably not going to do anything. None of this is airtight. None of this is airtight. It's just makes my mind feel better if this part's sealed up. Door is finished. Going to move on to the interior panels, clean them up, put it all back together. And just like that, in about 30 minutes, maybe 35, 40 minutes, we've got a clean door panel, brand new door handle, lubricated everything inside, and a new speaker. Done for this door. Other door has been done about an hour ago. I did that one. Still have some sunlight, so maybe I'll tackle cleaning all this while the sun's still out, or I might just go in and relax.